James Kirtley, first of all, your reflections on these 4 days against Glamorgan.
Look, we keep doing it, and we're just starting to find a way of learning how to see out these days that often in the past we've come undone. And the way that Ali and Tom set the tone last night was phenomenal. Some of the shots played, I think people will talk about yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening for a little while, because some of the cricket played there was of the highest level, and it was just the required boost that the club needed, the team needed, and I think all the supporters there really got behind Tom and Ali, and just that reassurance that there is the quality in this side. So yes, we had a little bit of a wobble this morning, and who would have predicted a run out like Ali got this morning, and a few dismissals that we're clearly disappointed about, but for Dan Ibrahim to come in and show the composure where we'd seen throughout this game that scoring at 5-6 and over hasn't been that difficult, so you knew the game was never really put to bed until probably the final session. So for him to see it through and to score his maiden century was well deserved.
Let's talk about Tom Haynes, 23 years of age, he's the captain. It's been a difficult season, a lot to take on his shoulders. What did he say about his character scoring 200s in this game?
Oh look, Tom has, over the last couple of years, he's propped up this team with the runs he's scored and the ways he's been on the pitch, and no more than this game. And we've had a few words and I've said a few things in the dressing room, but I made a special point for Tom because it's not been easy the last few weeks, and I know the captaincy weighs heavy with Tom, and I think when we haven't been at our best, it is really hard work for a young captain. But for him, who to get 100 and then another 100, and equally he's feeling like rubbish up there as well, so there's clearly some sickness bug going around the group, and I think the coaches, one or two of the coaches might be next. There you go, that's how you get rid of the interview. No, it is an incredible effort, and the mental strength that he's had to show on the pitch, and we've had to support him, but it's he did get special mention just earlier then, and really thoroughly deserves it.
Alistair Orr is, a few people are taking notice of Alistair Orr, and rightly so. He's a player who showed he could play both red ball and white ball. What does the future hold for Ali Orr, and how important is it for him to, is it feet on the floor now, because he's turning a few heads with his performances?
Oh, he certainly is. Look, at the start of the season, we'd seen him get 100 in the 50 over comp last year, but to really announce himself in all formats of the game now, and he had a good season last year. This is a breakthrough season for him again, to 1,000 runs in the championship. It's not easily done, and to do it in such, as I say, style, the runs that he's scored, and at times the way he scored them, I think that's what's attracting the eye, that we are seeing all formats of cricket evolving, and he might be really well placed at the right time with the right skill, with what I must say is probably one of the most professional attitudes that we have here at Sussex. A great athlete, always working on his fitness, forever badgering Grant or Ash for a net and a throwdown and a whatever else he needs, and he challenges himself to get better, and he will be distracted, and there will be the lures of selection, and at the right time I think franchises will come calling, and there will be a steadying influence, but he's a very well grounded young man, and I'm sure he will manage that situation as admirably as he managed the situation yesterday evening.
For all the plaudits of the batting and the job that Grant Flower has undoubtedly done, Sean Hunt, the leading wicket taker with 18 wickets, and therein has lain the problem for Sussex this season. What can the club do to redress that for next season, James?
Look, I think we know we've got 3-4 young bowlers that have ability and skill, but much of the time they've had to all play together, and that isn't by design. What you would want to see is a Sean Hunt bowling around an overseas bowler, and either an Ollie Robinson, a Stephen Finn, an experienced campaigner that helps you learn, just like a Mark Robinson did for me, 20 years ago. That steadying influence, but you knew you had, again, another overseas bowler in your midst, or whatever it was, to be able to rely upon. And too often we've had to put too many of the young bowlers out in a bowling unit, and hopefully that we can look to sign an overseas bowler, pace bowler. It would be what I'd be looking for next year, that would help support. Hopefully Ollie would play a couple of games in the lead up to a test series, Stephen Finn with his experience, then you've got the likes of George Garton and Finn Hudson-Prentice, who are experienced cricketers, and then you provide a very safe environment to allow undoubtedly talented bowlers, but you're providing the right environment for them to grow and learn.